All right, is that any better? All right, is that any better? I think I got it. I'm so smart. All right, is that any better?
They hear us now.
They hear how smart I am.
Oh, stop.
And also, how are the levels? Is the microphone okay? You gotta turn that off. That's gonna be. You gotta turn. I need to get my glasses on.
Yeah, you can't. You can't hear anything. I mean, you can't see anything, and you can't hear anything.
Yeah, I don't have my. I'm gonna keep my headphones on for a second because I can't hear anything, and it's really annoying. So I hope you guys are doing well. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have some announcements to make and some things to talk about.
Yeah, it's been a year since we've been live. Well, we did Lala Farms about, what, a month or so ago?
No, not even. Yeah, maybe a month
Yeah,
now.
I think it was at least about a month ago.
A few weeks back.
It was before Christmas. Before Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
But our live, the last time we did one,
it was on the 10th.
Was the 10th of January, so it's been almost a year.
Yeah, almost to the day without even realizing it.
Right.
But but yeah, we've been sick. We've been had a lot of fun since Christmas. We went to visit the kids and the grandkids, and they were all hacking and coughing all over us, and they shared their germs with us, and we brought it home.
Yeah. So we've just in the last day or two started feeling better.
Yeah, it's been.
And we haven't put a video out.
Yeah, I feel so guilty not putting anything out. I mean, it's just we were in bed.
We couldn't even get out of bed.
It was not fun.
Yeah.
But I want to say hi to some people before we get started. I want to see who's in here and say hi. Let's see, we had Seed Faith Homestead. Thanks, guys, for joining us. They're an awesome channel. Highly recommend you go check them out. And we have Mad Acre Farms. Hey, guys, I am so sorry we haven't mailed out your...
I keep telling him, and he keeps forgetting, so it's not my fault.
They won some beard products from us.
In November.
Yeah, and we still haven't mailed it. So we're going to make it up to you guys.
Yes.
We're not going to tell you how we're making that up to you, but we're going to make it up to you. We apologize that we didn't get that out to you. But let's see, we have the Elders Homestead. They've been binge watching our videos lately. We really appreciate that. She's been hard. She's been working out, watching our videos, and just kind of ripping through all our videos, and I can't keep up with all the videos she's watching.
We keep forgetting some of the things. Like, oh yeah, that's right. I remember that in that episode.
Yeah, Thorhaven Farms with us. They're up in Canada. Welcome, guys. It's good to see you. They have some awesome Highland cattle that we hope to get at some point in the hopefully near future. And
we have an old friend in here.
Patty.
Hey, Patty.
From I went to high school with Patty. It's nice to see you, and thanks for joining us tonight. And let's see who else we have in here tonight. I'm gonna go scroll back because it's going so fast.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people, and we have
Wicked Awesome Gardening.
Yeah.
The cow, is it Epicureum? I think that's how you say it.
Mm-hmm. A Hidden Harvest off grid. We actually just did I feel so bad. We just did a logo for them. We were supposed to get that to them forever ago, and I guess they've changed direction. So I'm not sure if the logo is still going to be needed or not, but you're welcome to use it if you need it.
Yes.
But all right, let's see. Cheryl's going to guide me a little bit tonight because sometimes I get off track.
Yeah, I'll just pinch his leg.
She's going to pinch my leg. Yeah, we have, let's see, who else we have in here tonight? Oh, we have Nate Kramer from the Kramer Life. Thanks so much for joining us, Nate. They've been traveling all over and seeing the country, trying to find a new homestead, and highly recommend checking out their channel. Awesome family. I really love watching the properties that
Yeah.
they film all the properties that they're looking at. So I just like that aspect of it. I mean, just keep doing that, Nate. I think you'll be.
I mean, you can find the perfect homestead if you just take a piece of this and a piece of
Yeah.
that from every single one that you've seen. Oh,
Yeah.
it'd be
It's so
perfect.
it's so I got to change my glasses. I got
Yeah, no problem. I'll go through some names. Let's see. We have Susie Jacobson. Thank you, Susie, for being here. Let's see who else. We have Grounded Christians Connection Through Christ. Amen. Thanks for being here. We have Dave, and now I'm gonna say your last name wrong. You know how to say it.
where
Dave.
where.
Right here. Zettelmoyer? Is
Yeah.
that his?
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
Yep.
all right.
Yeah, Dave's an old friend of ours from Pennsylvania. Good
I
to-
butcher people's names. I'm terrible with pronouncing names, so I'm sorry.
All
God.
right. But yeah, so we're gonna get into some stuff. Like I said, we appreciate you guys joining us tonight. There's a kind of some things. We first of all just wanted to say Happy New Year, and we hope you guys
Yeah.
had an awesome New Year. We are praying for
Yes.
a much better
year.
this.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys are.
a lot of people had a rough year last year. A lot of people had a rough 2000 as well. Yeah, so we're hoping that this year is going to be a little bit more.
Yeah. By the way, are we echoing, or is it everything good? If we are, just let us know. Like I said,
Karen.
it seems like it's okay at this point, but I was messing with the sound and the audio and the video for hours today. Like I said, it's been such a long time since we did a live. I kind of forgot how to do all this stuff. So, but
He's a perfectionist, though. That's his problem.
no echo sounds good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hey guys, hi Karen. And I look so cute. Oh, you're talking to Cheryl. All right, okay. That's all right. That's okay.
Goofball.
I still have a little bit of a cough too,
Yeah.
so bear with us.
So we have a little list of things that we want to
Cheryl's list.
I
Cheryl has a list.
always have a list, because if we don't have a list, then we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, I would never know what to do if I didn't have a list. Because she's the one that gives me the list, so I know what to do.
See, I give him the list so that he knows what he needs to do, not what he wants to do.
It's a never-ending list. So there are some things coming up. This year is going to be the year of, well, right now, anyway, the year of uncertainty.
Yes, very much so.
There's going to be a lot of everything from this point on in the conversation is all.
What if?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because we don't know. We don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
There's changes coming possibly to the channel.
Yeah.
There's possible changes coming to our farmers market. There's possible changes with their greenhouse and the gardening and basically everything across the board.
And there's definitely changes for our jobs.
Yeah.
We both work off the farm, and that's a big thing that's been the biggest change.
Yeah, that's going to be, like I said, there's a lot of what ifs right now, and I'm hoping they're going to be good what ifs.
Yeah.
But Cheryl and I have both changed paths as far as what we're doing with our careers.
Mm-hmm.
And well, Cheryl not so much.
Right.
Cheryl is looking to take another position, most possibly a supervisor position.
Well, for those that don't know, I'm a nurse.
Right.
I've been a nurse for over 20 years. I've worked in ER. I've worked in the ICU. Most recently, I worked for home health care. So I would go into people's homes and help with people who had chronic disease or acute that they were in the hospital and needed to come home for. And I've taken a break from that. So I've been actually on a break for the last 2 months.
Yep. So, being that her hours are going to be kind of up in the air because she's changing positions, or we kind of got accustomed to her hours and my hours working on the homestead, and being able to kind of work around that with my schedule, kind of knowing when to plant and harvest and doing that in between both of our jobs. We don't know any of that right now.
Right.
because I have a chance right now to possibly get back into graphic arts and kind of a marketing position where it'd be social media marketing, working on advertising, things like that. I haven't done this type of thing in quite some time.
But you went to school for it
I
in
went to school
Manhattan.
for it. I had 4 years of commercial art. Then I had 2 years of advertising, art, and design, and worked in Manhattan. And like I said,
Right.
this is all years ago, though. This was all when things were hands-on, and a lot has changed since then.
Technology
Yeah,
has changed in the last, well, how long has it been since
yeah.
you graduated high school, Ben?
It's just been a couple
A
years.
couple of years,
Yeah,
that's all.
yeah. So fortunately for me, I've been keeping up with some graphics and Photoshop and things like that. And so anyway, I was presented with a potential job in that field,
Right.
and they, from the sound of it, they're willing to work with me and continue training to kind of get me back up to speed. And so I don't know what that's going to look like for the homestead.
Right.
We also don't know what that's going to look like for our channel.
Yeah, it's going to come down to how much time we're going to have. Prior to my change, I was working your typical 9 to 5 hours. And actually, because I was doing home health care, I could fluctuate with my time, and I'd have some breaks where I can come home and do some things on the farm. And I'm looking more to go back to that traditional setting, possibly 7 to 7 again.
Well, it's more like she came home to tell me what to do on the farm.
Yeah. So, with the job changes and the reasons that we're kind of looking at in that way, we've kind of set a goal for ourselves this year.
Yeah, I think I said we want to take kind of a step back in a lot of ways, and focus on finances.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of realize that it's something that we're not getting any younger, and we don't really want to go into retirement with a lot of debt.
Yeah.
And so we want to kind of try to focus some of this energy into paying off some of our debt. Now, I enjoy doing the YouTube. I enjoy
Yes.
filming and filming what we're doing around the homestead, and I don't see any reason that would stop, possibly slow down, because up until now we were kind of gung-ho to add even more videos each week. Just we had a lot of different ideas to what we want to add to the channel. All those things could still
Right.
possibly happen. I said everything is up in the air right now. It's in limbo.
Yes.
So until we know what our hours are going to be and the days we're going to be, available, we might have to do. I know there's a lot of channels that do all their filming and editing just on the weekend, and that's kind of when they can do it. We might have to do that. I don't know, but
Right.
like I said, we're excited for the change. There's a lot, from the sound of it, there's a lot more money possible, financial changes for us in a good way.
Yeah, and one of the positions that I'm looking at actually will replace my income and his income from last year. So it may come down to the fact that you don't have to work full time.
Yeah, I could always revert back to my old dancing days. I mean, if I needed to. I mean, that's just, in case of emergency. I mean,
I honestly never know what's going to come out of his mouth. I really don't.
I mean,
30 years of this.
I had my career was taken off.
Right.
And then we
and
met.
then you had an injury.
Yeah, that injury,
Yeah.
the hip.
Oh my goodness gracious. So
Excuse me.
So those are some of the big things that are going to be changing. We talked about the YouTube channel, and as I joke and say Jay's a perfectionist, but he really cares about the quality and the content that he puts out. He spends a lot of time editing, and that may be something that he has to kind of pull back on, and we do more of a raw type video once a week, and then maybe having one video that's going to be, a little bit more.
Yeah.
What's the word? Not
organic.
No, the other one's going to be organic. This one's not going to be organic.
Yeah, just a little bit more like higher production.
Yeah.
Type stuff. I kind of like if you've ever seen the channel, and this is a shout out to them because I love those guys. But the Modern Yeomen, they're awesome people. We watch their channel every single. They do twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays, and he changed over because they're going through something similar. They're doing. He's kind of in the middle of changing. Doing some side gigs and things with photography for real estate,
right.
And so he did something kind of cool where he does a work with me Wednesday, and it's kind of just bare bones, no music, no like real fancy editing or anything like that, and it's just kind of watching what he does, following him around the homestead, and I really enjoy it. A lot of people, I like the higher production stuff because I just enjoy doing that.
And that's because as a creator, you can see the effort that the person's put into that video,
right.
and it's funny because it's rubbing off on me, because before I wouldn't care, I just watch anything on YouTube, and now I'm like watching videos and I'm critiquing the videos and I'm going, what has happened to me? He has like totally rubbed off on me.
Well, it's good to to see when you can appreciate somebody else's time that they've put into a video, because I know there's so many channels that are even right in this chat now that put so much time and effort into getting the angles and getting the different, and it's like people that don't do this don't realize how much time is involved in just doing that. I mean, just to feed the chickens, it takes an hour because you're changing camera angles and you're trying, repeating yourself, or me, I'm repeating myself 50 million times.
Oh my gosh, I think he's having a conversation with someone out there. And he's having a seizure because he keeps repeating it.
I have it in my head that it needs to sound a certain way, and if it's not right, I do it over and over and over again. So
I'm sure there's a lot of people who do that too. Yeah. So
if anybody does that, shoot a bunch of thumbs up at me, because I don't want to be the only one in that. If you can relate.
Yeah, it looked like there was a couple people who were kind of going through some transitions as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, there's, as we said, all these things that we're going to be talking about tonight are, what ifs. Like if our schedule allows us, these are the things that we're hoping to do, or we might not be able to do. That's kind of encapsulate the whole conversation.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of things we wanted to do this year, and we got a lot done this year. I was very surprised at how much we did. 2 farmers markets a week, and we kept the gardens, the greenhouse and all the gardens going. We had our typical issues, working on the bigger scale. I've had a garden since my kids were little, and so for 20 years I've grown food for us, but on that scale that we were growing this year was crazy. So it was a learning curve. We were trying to figure it out.
Right. Plus besides the 700 something garlic that we planted
this year.
Right.
For this year.
For this season. Yeah. We had plans on, and like I said, they still might happen.
Right.
If you're familiar with our layout of our property, the second paddock back behind the barn, we are thinking of digging all that up and
turning it into
more garden growing space.
Right. More probably pumpkin, squash.
Well, the other thing that we actually didn't talk about this tonight. We kind of went over what we were going to be discussing, but we've been talking about doing flowers, and just to kind of bring in some color and into the market, the farmers market.
For the farmers markets,
just to kind of bring bring people in, and plus there's money to be made with flowers. I've talked to I don't know if you're familiar with the channel, The Flower Guy, but he does some really cool stuff with his. I highly recommend checking his channel out as well. But he's inspired us to kind of look into possibly making some money with flowers as well. I don't know anything. I don't know.
I don't know anything about flowers.
Yeah.
I grow herbs. That's as close to flowers as
Yeah.
I can. We have perennials that come up every year. I don't do anything with them.
Yeah, we're probably not going to go crazy with a million different varieties, but
Right.
definitely starting with sunflowers and some different varieties of that.
Yeah. Dahlias and
Yeah, but I mean, just mainly to bring in,
yeah.
you know, additional customers. You know, if you have a market stand with lots of color and things like that that can grab people's attention, it really does help.
Right.
So that's something that we're doing, and we already have multiple. We have the main garden, which is 75 by 50.
Yeah, that's one of the main gardens. Yep.
Okay. Then we have our greenhouse, which is 19 by 96.
Right.
Then we have zone 3, which is
The same size.
5 or 6 rows by 100.
Yeah, so that's about the same size.
Same
as that,
size.
yeah.
Okay. And then we have zone 4, which is same size again.
Right.
About 5 to 6 rows wide, 100-foot long. So
Right.
we're going to be adding to that. That's what the plan is anyway.
Right.
So it's going to be a lot of work.
And if we don't have the time,
Right.
we're not going to be able to add that.
Well,
extras.
if we don't have time, we actually might just be putting a limit to maybe just the greenhouse. I don't know. I just can't see her holding back and just keeping it in that one area. But
I'm already thinking of all of the hundreds of plants that I'm going to put in this year.
yeah, I am sure. I'm sure. We've also talked about. I don't know if I'm jumping
No,
her.
it's
She has
okay.
a list.
That's okay. You're hitting the things.
I don't want to jump around her
You're
list.
fine. You're doing good.
She won't talk to me for days.
You're doing good.
All right. So animals. As you know, we have huge pigs right now. They're massive.
They are. They were meant to go to the butcher about a month ago.
Yeah, they're at least 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, really awesome breed. We have Idaho pasture pigs, and I'm going to get to these comments. I'm just going to in a second, but I just wanted to kind of touch on a couple of these things first. We have Idaho pasture pigs. Highly recommend this breed. Super, super friendly, easy to raise.
Yes.
Pigs are so much easier than we thought they were going to be.
Yeah. And
I
I,
mean,
think that's why we were encouraged, like, besides chickens. I mean, chickens are kind of, they say they're the
gateway.
The gateway drug to homesteading.
Right.
But they said that, start out with pigs because they really, as long as you have an infrastructure set up and that's, an electric fence or something permanent where you can keep them, penned in.
Yeah.
They're really, really easy to raise. And we've done it now. This is our second year.
Yeah.
And it's been.
I highly
been
like
nice.
for a second. If you're going from chickens to thinking of something else, I highly recommend doing pigs. They're so easy.
Yep.
You throw some food at them, and
Yep.
that's that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you rub their bellies every once in a while.
Give them a couple of ear scratches. They,
Yeah.
But these guys are the Idaho pasture. They besides having an awesome demeanor, they taste delicious.
Delicious.
I mean,
Absolutely
probably
delicious.
I'd say the best pork I've ever had, and I'm really honestly not. I don't really like. People are going to scream at me. I really don't like bacon that much. Once in a blue moon, I'll have bacon. I like sausage, and I like
Pork chops.
pork chops.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm not really a big pork eater, but this is good pork.
Yeah, he's had tenderloins now.
Everything.
He's had pulled pork. He's had the butt roast. You've had, everything.
Night and day difference from store bought to,
Yeah, and it's a different breed. That's why, because
Yeah.
the stuff that they're using in the mainstream agricultural, feedlot, housing, they're a specific breed, and their genetics are not as good as your heritage breeds. Now, this is not a heritage breed, but it's a better quality bred pig.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, they graze like cattle. So you put them in a field
Yep.
with grass, and they're just they're going to go to it. They love it. They clear a spot real quick.
They do.
And,
They do root. So I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out there that think, or they advertise that this breed doesn't root. They do root. They don't root quite as bad.
Yeah.
But if they find a spot,
If you keep them in one spot, like I said, we've talked about this in our videos before,
Yeah.
but if you keep them in one spot too long, they're going to root. Every pig roots. So
they dug like a 3-foot hole.
yeah, we kept them in one spot for like 2 2.5 weeks maybe one time.
Yeah, that was too long.
I forget what was going on, but we were like, we just opened up the area a little bit more, but it wasn't enough, and
Yeah.
they just demolished this area.
Right, right.
So, but yeah, we're gonna be with the pigs, we're gonna be taking them to process them.
The end of this month.
Yep. So this year we're doing something a little bit different. We're gonna be not taking last time we did a local butcher that was not USDA, simply because it was just for ourselves.
Right.
We shared it with our family and some neighbors, and which is fine. You can also, if you're doing non-USDA, you can also sell direct. So if people come to your home, you can sell direct that way.
Right.
Being that we're doing the farmers markets and I wanted to kind of open up that door to be able to sell, we opted to do a USDA butcher. Now, which it is more money,
right,
but you're able to sell that and make up, more than make up for it.
Right.
I think we paid $130 for each pig.
Yeah.
And they were 11 weeks old?
9 weeks old.
9, okay.
I think something like that. 9 weeks old.
$130.
Yeah.
So that's, even for some pigs, that's expensive compared to other breeds. But
right. Again, you got to compare apples to apples, and
yeah. So actually, we added up all the costs. It's definitely cheaper to do it on your raising your pig and butchering it, and even with all that cost, it's still cheaper than, especially the way if you've been to the supermarket lately, the way the prices are going. I read bacon was up 22%.
Right. And organic bacon.
Yeah. That's not even organic.
It's not even organic.
Right.
If you go and get organic bacon, if you get a pound of organic bacon, it's like $18 a pound now.
Yeah. I'm going to hit some of these comments, and then we can move on to, there's a few more things with animals I think we had in here. I'm not sure. If you want to.
Yeah, no. We also talked about breeding, and that's that's something that we're again going to see where our time restraints are, if that's something that we can possibly do. We have a connection with someone who is able to get us a few breeder pigs so that we can have a couple of females. I'm not crazy about having a boar on our property. I've heard some stories that boars can be a bit aggressive, and we have grandkids, and our grandkids like to come in with the pigs. Now they haven't been allowed to go in with the pigs by themselves ever, but they're also not allowed to be with the pigs now because they're about 300 pounds apiece, and they'll knock us over.
We're gonna get some unsubscribed people.
Why?
Because a bunch of people are.
Oh no!
He doesn't like bacon. Unsubscribe. Sacrilege. We got a bunch of people.
I know. I didn't know that when I met him, that he didn't like bacon.
It's not that I don't like it. I just prefer sausage over bacon. I really, I have to be in the mood for it.
Right.
It's she'll eat a pound of bacon in a week without even thinking about it.
Oh gosh, I'll eat a half a pound of bacon in a sitting.
Yeah. So I just want to touch on some of these real quick. Crazy Ed Homestead, I think you guys are doing amazing. Thank you very much. He also said something about I heard something. Does somebody not like bacon or something?
Yeah.
Let's see. You can keep talking. I'm just looking.
Yeah. So with the farmers market we brought up a little bit earlier, we are going to kind of figure out whether we're going to grow for ourselves, but I'm never going to just grow enough for us too. It's always going to be for, our families, my son's family. He's got, 3 boys, him and his wife. And then locally, we love to just bless people who live in our, in our neighborhood. And we've also talked about going out to some of the pantries and dropping off some produce there. One of the biggest problems, though, is a lot of pantries don't take produce.
Yeah, they have a kind of a window of opportunity.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we kind of felt bad. We opened up on Facebook and a couple other places. We had so many peppers and a bunch of different things that just kind of, it didn't go to waste.
No.
The pigs ate it.
Most
But,
of
most of the stuff that we couldn't get rid of, we were trying to give it away.
yeah, we were giving it
And
away.
we put stuff out on Facebook to just come and get it. And just because we just didn't have the room to store it anymore.
Yeah.
We had, she's been canning like crazy. I don't know how many jars of
gosh.
tomato sauce.
I have one of those big 18-quart roasters, and I filled that thing to the top with tomatoes and onions and peppers like 6 times this year. And canned sauces.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff. Tons of stuff.
At Sonny's place, they I just saw her mention about duck eggs and bacon. We actually, I don't know if you saw, we got rid of our ducks.
We got rid of our ducks.
Yeah, we just have the chickens and the pigs right now. So
it's a lot nicer though.
It's so much easier. I miss the sound of them sometimes.
I know it is kind of weird.
It's
going into
quiet
the barn
when you go
and
into the
not
barn
hearing
now.
them.
But
Yeah.
I really didn't eat that many duck eggs. We like using them for baking. They're amazing for baking. They make the pastries and different things rise so much nicer.
Yeah.
I think the flavor is nicer. But personally, I didn't really eat the duck eggs too often. She would mix the chicken eggs and duck eggs. I don't know how often.
I usually would eat like 2 chicken eggs and a duck egg, and make myself an omelet.
Yeah.
But I use them all the time for baking. So if I was making a cake or I was doing something like, a baking recipe, I would use that.
Yeah. Plus, we were doing, we were kind of flip-flopping between paleo and keto. And
You never did keto. You did paleo.
Paleo,
yeah.
but she's been doing the keto for a while. We were eating eggs like crazy.
Oh yeah.
I was doing 6 or 7 eggs at least every morning, just me. And
and I was eating 4 eggs in the morning, and I'd probably ate 2 or 3 hard-boiled eggs in the day as well.
Yeah, and that's not even including the hard-boiled eggs. I would take the yolks out. I don't like hard-boiled eggs with the yolk. I'd throw that away. But I would eat the egg whites from the hard-boiled eggs throughout the day as well, just to snack on. And as we were working out, we were doing the what's it called?
CrossFit.
CrossFit.
Oh yeah.
Kick your butt workout.
Yeah, that was a
Holy
few years
moly.
ago when we were just a little younger.
Yeah, well, not that much younger. A couple of years.
5.
Has
5
it?
years, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The big difference between 45 and 50.
Yeah, but let me tell you, their slogan of our
Yes.
warm up is your workout is completely true.
100%.
I went there. She had been going for a couple of months. I went there and they did this crazy workout. I was
No. It was the assessment for him.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
I'm talking about when we first started. I actually got through the assessment, did the whole thing.
Yeah, okay.
We did our first official workout, and I thought they were done. I was drenched in sweat. I was gonna die. And they're like, "All right, so let's get our stuff out so we can start the workout." And that was just the warm up. And I
warned you about that though. I did warn you.
They kept saying it, but holy mackerel! But like I said, I dropped down to my high school weight.
Yes, you did.
Like
So did I.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I said, the only thing I didn't like about it was I was in a constant state of soreness. Like, you know how you work out and you kind of get used to how you kind of get into a rhythm and you start feeling good and you felt good in your head. Your body was screaming.
That adrenaline kicks in that you're like, oh yes, this feels good.
Your body was just screaming in pain constantly. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But anyway.
So you went off on a tangent there.
Yeah, I did. She has to reel me back in. Excuse me, sorry. Any other animal-related stuff we needed to cover?
No, I think that's it. I mean, we still have the chickens, obviously.
Okay.
They're not laying very much now, but of course it's the winter, and they're older girls. We're going to have to start pulling out some of them old girls and start putting them in the freezer camp.
Yeah, we were thinking of actually possibly using them for turning compost as well. I don't know if you've ever seen Justin Rhodes, how he uses his chickens to work the compost and turn it. That's another alternative we could possibly look at. Right. It's kind of hard once you start naming all the chickens, and then
I only named 2 chickens in there, but yeah.
Yeah, and if anyone's wondering, Mr. Phil is doing much better. He, I think a lot of people missed this video, and I just changed the title of it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't want to change the title because TubeBuddy said the title was really, really good, and but the problem was it was very focused on one thing, and I think that was the problem with this particular video that we did. It was on Lala Farms live stream that we did. So I did kind of an announcement that we were going to be on Lala Farms live stream, but I also did kind of a mini
Yeah.
video in that
So
too.
what did you rename it?
And I don't even remember what I named it.
Okay.
Something about frozen water.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Okay.
It has a picture of Lala logo of Lala Farms thing on it. Anyway, but that particular video, I think a lot of people missed, and it actually has some, I think, some pretty good information in there about injuries for chickens. And Mr. Phil ended up having a bunch of one stupid chicken attack him and ripped his head all apart. It was bleeding, and all his feathers were ripped out. And so we ended up using some spray for him. So he was completely bald. If anyone knows what Mr. Phil looks like, he's the Polish chicken with the big
lots of feathers,
big fro.
Yeah, he's got a big fro.
Yeah, he's the one with the attitude.
Yeah.
Anyway, I felt bad for him. He's a mean rooster, but I felt bad that he got beat up by a girl. And so anyway, I sprayed his head with the ointment. And so anyway, that's finally looking much better now. She got in once after that by accident because someone didn't check to see if the mean chicken was in there.
I didn't know she was in there.
And
he did it again.
She ripped his head open again. So it's healing up though, much nicer. But it's really funny to see him. I actually did a short video. I'll be posting that soon. But his head, his feathers are all purple. So he has this kind of spiky purple mullet looking thing.
Oh, is that a mullet or a mohawk?
Mohawk. I don't know. It's just funny.
Yeah. Sony's Place mentioned that was her plan to help put her older chickens in there to turn her compost.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yeah. And then you also had a comrade. I don't remember who it was.
Comrade?
Yeah. Her husband doesn't like bacon either.
Oh. Very good. Thank you. See, I'm not in this alone. Even though half the channel
unsubscribed to us already.
Unsubscribed to us.
Yeah, so one of the other things was we were asked to the local farmers market that we started with, asked if we wanted to be on their board.
Right.
So we're kind of talking about that. Again, we're not sure if we're going to do the farmers market this year.
Because we have so much free time.
So that's another thing. I mean, it'd be great to be on. I mean, I love that kind of stuff. I just working in the hospital setting, I was on every committee there was.
Yeah. Meetings to me, I poke my eyes out.
I'm the person at a meeting that you just want to stop talking.
Meetings are in 99% of the time could be done on email, in my opinion.
There are a lot of meetings I've gone to that were absolutely a waste of time.
Yeah.
But
like I said, once again, that's something that's up in the air because we don't even know what we're going to be doing.
Right.
So, what was the other? We had talked about doing a CSA.
Right. That would probably be a little less time consuming because we don't have to go to the farmer's market, set up, spend that time doing that, being there for 4 hours. Where if we did a CSA, we still do all the same prep. However, we have one location we go and...
Or they come here.
Or they come here to the farm.
Plus you get the money in advance.
Right. Most of them you do.
Yeah.
Most of them you do.
So that money could go towards the things that we need to grow and
Right.
We've never done a CSA before. It's definitely something that we've talked about. If anybody's in the chat has ever done one, we'd love to hear from you. Kind of get your your experience and what you think of it. But
and you can even email us. CelticRootsFarm@yahoo.
Yep. So there are a lot of different possibilities, things that we could do. The CSA, like I said, we would never be able to. We would have to start really small though, just to be able to, be able to keep up. I mean, because we're even with the farmers market, it's just so much work. And the only way we were able to even do most of the farmers markets was because I would do a lot of the prep work in the morning while she was at work. Harvest everything, wash everything, sort everything, wrap it with rubber bands, whatever we needed to do.
Right.
box everything up, all of our equipment, put it in the truck, and then she would meet me at the farmer's market. And so that was a midweek farmer's market. So like I said, we might have to wait and just do the Saturday farmer's market, or maybe even a Sunday market. I'm not sure.
Yeah. We may have to just pick one market
yeah,
and do that weekly.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's see. What was the other thing that you had on there? We are going to do a question and answer thing. So I wish I could. I can't see. I see blur going by
without his glasses.
Without my glasses on.
And I just get tired of taking mine on and off, so I just keep them on.
And she's always yelled at me to look at the camera more, so I'm trying to do that. I have mail we could do.
You have mail?
Yeah, fan mail.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I got fan mail.
Here we go. I don't have a clue what he's doing right now.
I get mail all the time. Apparently there's a fan club that started. Here's a letter I got. Jay, I love your channel. You are so buff. Huh. I've always wondered, have you ever been a model or possibly a male dancer?
Oh my gosh.
What? Well, I mean, they want to know. I'm so, yes, thank you for noticing. Appreciate that. But yes, back in the day, I did a little modeling, and I was a male dancer as well.
You're such a liar.
No, I did. It was for the elderly, and they were blind, but they got their money's worth. So, but thank you very much. It was signed anonymous, so I appreciate that. And there's a pile of letters here that I could go through, but I don't want to waste your time.
Oh my gosh, you were ridiculous.
Well, you have to read the fan mail. It's that they,
I cannot take this man sometimes. Really.
Well, where's your fan mail?
I don't have fan mail.
Oh.
I'm going to be nice to you right now, because I could say some really nasty things about the buff part, okay?
Well, they noticed. So, do you want to do questions now, or do you want to?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do. I think
I'm gonna look at my phone.
Did you go through the list at all?
Yeah.
The whole list.
Yeah, that was pretty much, we hit everything.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna do some questions. If you guys have any questions for us that you're wondering about, or specific things about various things we did on a video, or whatever. I said, we'll take some questions at the moment and kind of go from there.
Yeah, and I will tell you that whenever this man is telling you a story and it seems very serious, he is being a joker.
What? Come on. I'm going to read these things because they want to hear from me. All right. So.
Well, you do most of the video.
I do.
You do. And he's 12 years old as well.
Oh, my brother's on here. Hey, Rich. How you doing?
Hey, Rich.
Thanks for joining us. My brother Rich from Portland, Maine.
Yeah, I don't know how I deal with him.
Let's see. All right. I just saw the first Q. So put a Q in front of your question, like Yogi Hollow Farm, an awesome channel that you should definitely check out. She's been doing some really cool stuff, and she Lisa from Yogi Hollow Farm is probably one of the most. I'm trying to think of the word. She has her hands in so many different places,
yes.
and has built a network and a community within the homesteading community.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
And like I said, we haven't known Lisa really that long,
mm-hmm.
but I can't believe the amount of people that she's just constantly interacting with. I see her involved with so many different homesteads and helping out with in different areas,
mm-hmm.
and definitely check her out and well, you can check her out too if you want, but I mean, I don't think her husband will approve. But check out her channel, their channel.
Yeah.
And so Lisa from Yogi Hollow Farm, can we hire you for entertainment purposes? See,
See, I know.
They can't get enough.
It's another revenue, I guess. I didn't even think about it that way.
See?
I guess we can hire him out. Yes.
See that?
We just have to put him in a big clown suit.
Yeah.
And put those fake muscle things on him.
I don't need the fake muscles.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
according to this reader, she said I was buffed. Oh, I mean, I was gonna put that on the wall.
Right.
But, all right. So yeah, I mean, I'm for hire, Lisa. Just get the word out. You got that network going. So.
Oh my goodness.
Just, I mean, I might not have to go back to work. A traditional job. I could just revert back to.
Yeah. Sure.
So.
All right.
Let's see. He's so buff, Cheryl. That's how you deal with him. See?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
She, it wasn't the money. That's for sure. But that's why she didn't marry me for my money. It must have been.
Oh goodness gracious! All right. The Elders Homestead
Nate.
asks.
Oh, okay.
What flowers I'm thinking of planting. So right off the bat, sunflowers are my absolute favorite. Actually, Baker Creek Seed Company just sent me their catalog, and on it has some of the most gorgeous purple,
really unique color.
Yeah, like it's like a deep purple color sunflower. So those are my favorite. Those are my favorite. Oh my goodness. Then dahlias. I love dahlias. Zinnias. I'll probably put some of those. Do some of those.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, my thinking is we're probably going to be looking into what's really sells at farmers markets. I mean,
those three are the top three that sell.
We were
at
told by
farmers market.
several different people sunflowers all
definitely.
day.
Yep.
The other thing that we're thinking about doing is, even though we don't have enough apples, I'm kind of changing gears here a little bit, but even though we don't have enough apples to sell, I'm thinking certain times of the year when apples are ready to go, to just go to some local farms, buy apples from them in bulk, and sell them at the market. Just to one more reason for people to come in, because
especially in the fall, people are looking for the pumpkins, the apples. They're looking for those fall fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, we get people asking, oh, do you have any apples? Do you have any pumpkins? Do you have any corn? Was a big one. Everybody wanted corn. Corn honestly isn't worth it to grow. I mean, I love eating corn. It's just you have to sell so much of it just to make it break even, really.
Yeah.
I love eating it, but.
And follow-up question your brother asked, from bulbs or seeds. I'm going to have to do some research. I know that there are some that you can buy from bulbs. I don't remember which ones, but some you start from seed. So I'll have to do a little research on those and see which ones I need to do, which type.
Okay, I'm trying to find, I saw Nate had from, where'd he go? You can keep, I don't know how I lost it.
Go slower.
Oh, here we go. Question. Cheryl, Jay, this funny and handsome off camera. Oh, is Jay?
Oh, is he as funny as?
And handsome off camera as well. I mean, come on, Nate.
No, really though, this is him 24/7. We'll be sitting on the couch, or we'll be eating dinner.
And I'm that handsome, sitting there.
He'll say something that will make me spit my food out.
Yeah.
It just.
Yeah.
The handsome part. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's. We actually had, with our bloopers video, if you've seen that, we actually had 2 or 3 people.
Oh yeah.
Said they spit their coffee out
watching a video,
and so we're gonna put some warnings on any future.
Don't drink any hot beverages during our video bloopers.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right, but yes, Nate, I'm that handsome all the time, and funny, right?
You're very funny.
All right.
Yes.
See, I have to get
the praise and the.
That wasn't the exact word I was looking for, but sure, I'll take praise. All right. Did I miss any more
question
cues on
from?
there?
Oh, yep, you did.
I should probably set the.
Thorhaven.
Where is it?
Jay.
Oh.
Yep.
Want to come up to Canada in September with your kilt and bagpipes to play at our wedding?
Ooh.
Ooh.
He's done a wedding before.
Yeah, we actually had a friend of ours, Greg and Lauren, got married here.
Here on our farm, at our farm.
Yeah, it was like right, probably not too long after we bought the farm. They
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a little after the first year we were here.
it was before the greenhouse and all that. We were asked to help with that, and so I actually marched her down the aisle with some bagpipes, and that was a lot of fun. I was very nervous. I don't know why.
Where in Canada?
I think they're in Quebec.
Oh,
they're up there.
I'd love to go to Quebec. I keep bugging him to buy some property. His mom's from Canada.
Yeah, my mom's family is from Nova Scotia and Smithville. It's right in Cape Negro area. Beautiful area.
Yeah.
Our family has a long history of yachting captains and also yacht builders.
Right.
And I kicked myself because I came this close. I was offered a job to go do that, to learn that trade. I'm kicking myself. This was when I was really young.
You were young. You were in your 20s.
That would have been so much fun to do that.
I know, but that meant that he had to go to Canada.
Yeah. So anyway, what are you gonna do? So Karen said, "You're for hire. Can you change our outdoor lights for us?" Sure. I will.
Karen, anytime.
Anytime, Karen.
Anytime.
You need something, you let me know. I will come right over. I'll give you. You even have your.
You have his personal cell phone number.
Yep. It bypasses my secretary, goes right to me. All right, so I got any questions. I was really successful with my loofah plants.
Oh.
Would y'all like some seeds?
Oh.
We will not turn down seeds.
No, never.
That would be
ever,
awesome. Thank you very
ever.
much. We actually talked about doing loofahs years ago.
I have some loofah seeds.
Yeah, not very many.
Not many.
She kind of got
I bought
some.
them years ago, though.
Yeah, I heard it's like a year-long.
It is a year-long process. You have to, well, obviously plant the seed, let it grow, let it dry, and then if you want to really let it dry out for like a good year, is what I've been told. I could be wrong. And then take the loofah skin off and the seeds out, and then you have a nice fresh loofah.
I would imagine there's some pretty good money to be made with loofahs, though, because I mean those things. Anytime I've seen them in the foo-foo shops, the
foo-foo shops,
whatever pamper me, look at me, how pretty I am shop, whatever they're called.
Like a boutique or
yeah.
They sell them at Walmart, so they're not that foo-foo.
Yeah, but like the nice ones though, the nice ones, they're like $25, $30 sometimes.
Yes, they are.
I mean, that's crazy. All right, Karen's gonna be calling. Thank you, Karen. That you call anytime. Let's see. Wanted to touch base on any. I've been doing a lot of work with logos and things like that lately. Had a couple Homestead channels reach out to me. Like I said, this is still kind of something I'm getting into, but I forget the name of the two different channels reached out to me. One is a homestead that is down south, and I'm still working on that. I'm not actually allowed to say the name. He asked not to reveal that, but it's a different process. I learned with my hands, painting, drawing, ink, that type of thing, and so to kind of get back into the digital stuff. But it's a lot of fun, and I'm hoping to be able to even do that as a little side gig too at some point once I kind of get more familiar with doing that.
Awesome.
But I didn't want to.
And by the way, congratulations on the wedding.
Oh yes. Congratulations, guys. That's are you gonna? It'd be really cool to have those Highland cattle bring the flowers down the aisle.
Or put like a nice little like
a little
flower crown on them.
Yeah,
and walk down the aisle. That would be nice too.
We actually we thought of doing miniature Highland cattle. The idea. I don't know if I talked about this.
You did once before.
Real quick. The idea was to, when we go to these Highland games, there's like hundreds of thousands of people that attend these things, and I was thinking to open up a booth, kind of an area that have the miniatures, that
Yeah.
people could come in and take pictures with them,
Pet them.
pet them,
feed
kind of
them.
little, petting zoo type thing. But they would pay to get their picture taken with it. You have a little booth set up for souvenirs, things like that. And so that was kind of an idea that they're expensive though. I mean, just comparative, the full size Highland cattle are probably 1,500 and up
Yeah.
for a full size. The miniatures are like
Double.
$4,000 or $5,000. It's insane.
Right.
I mean, they're like a little bit bigger than like a Saint Bernard. Really super cute. But that's all you're gonna do with them. You're not gonna it's a pet.
Right.
And
it looks like is it Mazinski family homestead? They just closed on their new property.
Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations.
That's awesome. I just saw.
How many acres?
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to hear them answer.
Well, they'll write it on there. Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure how to say that name. Kalevala.
Kilvala South Farm.
South Farm. Have you guys? Let's see. Have you thought of doing more? Have you guys thought
tractor
of doing?
content?
Have you guys thought of doing more tractor equipment content? I would love to see more, as I have a John Deere 5 Series here in southern New Hampshire.
Yeah, we have a John Deere 5 Series as well.
And would love a good review. We have the 50-55E series.
Right.
An awesome tractor. I
Right.
love it. It's definitely highly, especially in New Hampshire, I highly recommend getting the cab. If you can, I know it's more money. It's worth it.
It's so worth it. I mean, I was like on the fence when we bought that, and I said, I really don't want to spend that extra money. I mean, because it was about $3,000 more for the cab.
At least.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, when we first started looking at tractors, we were looking at used tractors.
Right.
And everything we were finding was just so ridiculous. It was just, the prices were just crazy.
Right.
And it really wasn't that much more to get a brand new one with warranty, with all the stuff. And they give you, when you buy a new tractor, they give you a special discount on any of the implements that you need for it during that, while you're still sitting there.
And then one of the nice things,
no interest.
Well, it depends. It depends on the time of the year, and it depends on where you're buying it from. But for us, we got a deal where we got no interest.
Right.
So we're basically, it's like we're just making payments on it. Yeah. We've been making payments on. We only have
a couple more.
I think we're done this year. Okay. July.
Yeah. And what's nice is, as a homestead or farm, you can write off the tractor,
the value.
How that works is you write off the,
not just if you have a tractor or just have a homestead. If your homestead is a business, like, so ours is our farm business, so we're able to take some of the depreciation of the tractor in account in our tax return. So
you can do that either each year, or you can do it all at once in one lump thing.
Right.
For the depreciation. It all equals out. As far as I know, it all equals out.
It all equals out to be the same. Yeah.
So it's definitely worth it. But like I said, we were not looking at a new tractor when we first started out. I kicked myself with some of the implements we got when we first. It's not that we're not using them.
We are using them. We're just not using them as much.
In New Hampshire, I kicked myself that I didn't get a snowblower. Or
a
plow. Snow blowers were just crazy. I mean,
they were crazy expensive.
Insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was like a no, absolutely no when we sat down, because it was ridiculous. It was more than all the elements combined. Almost. Implements combined.
Yeah. I mean, just the bucket on that was $7,000 or $8,000 just for the bucket.
Yeah.
And that that doesn't come with it. That's an additional cost. So we ended up getting the forklift attachments, which we use all the time.
We use all the time. That's definitely one that you want.
And we got a wood chipper, which we use it, not as much as we thought we were going to use. I really wish instead of getting that, we got the plow. But like I said, with all the wood we cut and everything else, it does come in handy to have it
every year.
Yeah, multiple times.
Right. But we probably would have done better. That was the cheapest implement, right? That was the cheapest.
Well, the forklift one was the cheapest.
Oh, that's right.
But we also got a brush hog.
That was an absolute must, and that was the first thing that we said we needed.
And then we bought a used implement later, a rototiller.
A rototiller.
So that's definitely something that we use every.
When we break ground.
Yeah.
Because how I garden is I do a no-till, but obviously the very first year that you are breaking new ground, it needs to be tilled up.
That might not actually get a lot of use in the coming years because now that we've pretty much broken ground in all the areas that we, other than the one area that we talked about, after that we're not really going to be tilling anymore. We might be using a broad fork or something like that, but so I don't know. They tend to hold their value pretty good though. So So if that answers your question, if that was a question, but
that's a good idea. We didn't even think about doing that. A review on the tractor and talk about all the things.
The one thing I am thinking of doing is I don't think actually anybody's ever seen this. It's kind of hidden behind our garage, but we have another tractor. It's a 1970 Ford. It's a backhoe, and this was such a blessing to get this. It needs work. It runs like a champ. It was funny. It was a family that we knew, and they said if you can get this, it was in a very awkward spot on the bottom of a very steep hill.
The husband drove it down there, and the wife said, "You're not bringing that back up," because he just about killed himself doing that.
I just about killed myself getting it back up the hill.
Yeah.
The problem was he had somebody weld the backhoe part, and so when you pulled one lever, they all moved. So I made the mistake of getting it. Well, all right, let's go back. He said if we can get this thing started, it's ours. Now he had just paid $8,000 or $9,000 for this thing about 5 years prior, and it had been sitting there for about 5 years, just rotting away. So it looked in rough shape. I literally bought a brand new battery and sprayed some ether.
Yes.
And it started right up. Yeah. He couldn't believe it. So we got the thing running, and I made the mistake of pulling the lever for the backhoe because it was kind of dug into the ground, and the thing started going crazy. I thought I was going to die. It was like flailing all over the place, and I couldn't stop it because every time you moved the lever, it would do something opposite of what it's supposed to do. And I finally got it to stop. Got the thing up this hill. I thought I was going to flip over. It was a real steep hill, and there was a lake at the bottom of the hill. And I finally got this thing back, and I kind of persuaded my friend to come with a trailer that was not made for that much weight.
Oh no!
And going down this mountains that we live on, it was just. We were clenched, needless to say. It was.
Were you driving behind him?
I was behind him. I was watching. So the backhoe, the arm was every time it swung like this, the whole trailer would just be sliding and screeching all over the road.
Crazy.
And he's like, never again. I don't care how much money you give me. Never again. Don't call me. Yep. So actually. Not too long after that, I made the mistake of hitting that lever again, and it almost flipped the whole tractor, the backhoe, over on its side. She's screaming at me like a lunatic. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm not trying to do this, So I had to actually brace the entire backhoe with big, thick 4x4s.
He was stuck in the mud and couldn't get it out, so he had to leave it there, and you had to put the wench thing on it.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah.
But needless to say, it's parked by the garage now, and he has to start working on that.
Right.
So he's thinking of doing a video.
Well, I actually fixed the part. Yeah. The guy who fixed it welded. He put a. Oh, is he leaving?
Yeah. A couple people are leaving.
Okay. Thanks, guys, for coming. I really appreciate it. We're probably gonna be wrapping up here pretty soon, but he put a bar through this area that's supposed to freely move on this bar. Well, whoever it was, put a bar through that was too big for the opening and welded it. And so everything, like I said, moved all together. I had to take that bar, cut everything out, order the correct parts. It's actually working perfect now. The only thing it needs now is
You need to replace all the hydraulics.
Mainly it's just the hydraulic lines. And the problem is they're really difficult. The way the backhoe's set up, it's really difficult to get to some of them, and they're rusted on there. They've probably been there since the 70s, you know. So
right, exactly.
Anyway, that's something that I'm thinking of doing for a video series on that. I said I know a lot of people really aren't into watching that specifically, but it's just something to add to the channel. It's something that we're doing. We're just trying to document, you know, everything that we're involved.
We try to document what we're doing, and we also try to have something in our videos that you guys can take away, you know, that our viewers can take away from, whether it be an educational or it's funny and entertaining. And actually, that's one of the things I'm thinking of maybe starting.
Oh, right. That's
with some of our content is.
You guys are gonna like this. I think.
Yeah. Is starting up a channel specifically for holistic health, like addressing things that we would, you know, come up with, issues that, you know, we might encounter on the homestead, and having it from more of a professional medical perspective.
So a holistic approach, but with a medical background.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a doctor. I do have a master's degree.
She just plays one on TV.
I do have a master's degree in nursing education, and I do have an extensive background in nutrition and diabetes. And so I feel like that's something that I can help with educating and talking about, because there's a lot of things out there. There's a lot of holistic channels out there with great information on, you know, why this particular herb does this and how it helps, and, you know, all the science behind that. But there's other components to taking those kinds of supplements that you may not be aware of when you're taking other medications. Because, like, you asked me today, you're like, well, I thought if you were taking something natural, it doesn't have any effect on you. Well, it does, you know, because if you're taking something for your diabetes, it may not affect, it may be helping your diabetes, but if you're on a medication for, let's say, cholesterol, that herb or that tincture or whatever it is that you're taking may not be good on those types of medications. So it's just something I'm thinking about and seeing if people would be interested in that. Yeah, Elder Homestead says yes.
She actually got this idea when we went down to the HOA. Justin Rhodes was talking, and that place was packed. He was talking about this type of thing, you know, about, you know,
chronic illness.
Chronic illness.
I mean, it's ridiculous the percentage of people who suffer from a chronic illness. I have chronic inflammation, and my issue is that gluten is. I don't have an allergy to gluten. I'm not celiac or anything like that, but I have.
I'm just silly.
I have this celiac. You like that? I thought that was good.
You're quick. You're quick.
But I know that when I am eating high gluten things like bread and grains and things like that, that inflammation affects me. I'm foggy. My joints hurt. You know, there's a lot of things that happen. So, you know, this is something that I'm thinking about, you know, possibly exploring and seeing if people are interested in videos like that. It may not seem like that because I talk a lot, but I'm not very comfortable around cameras. I've always been that way. I've always been the girl who was behind everyone. I was shied off. I don't like to be the center of attention. I have one of those already. I don't need to be the center of attention. We'd be fighting each other constantly. Yeah. So.
Somebody was asking how Justin is. So Liz Keith was asking how Justin is. He's doing good. Justin is our oldest son. And they live about, I don't know, not even 10 minutes down the road, 5 minutes down the road from us. He's doing good. We're actually hoping to see him this weekend. Yes,
because we couldn't see them because they were sick, and then we got sick, and so we haven't really had the holidays with them yet.
Yeah, we still, you know, Santa still has all the grandkids' gifts here. Yeah. So. But he's doing good though. He's working hard. He said he's really enjoys his work. He works with he's a brake press operator, does the CNC machines and things like that. And
he actually builds parts for the Air Force for
it's
part of it.
They do contracts for places. They do everything from stuff for the military to building stuff for roller coasters.
Yeah.
But,
Right. It's interesting.
everything, which is funny. The first time he started working, the first project that he worked on was a airplane.
A
A specific part for something
jet
for the
flyer.
for a jet in the Air Force,
Yeah.
which is the exact thing that our youngest son is working on
In the Air Force.
In the Air Force, and so I just thought it was kind of a
Yeah, the first time he came back after he was gone for what, a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
He came back and they were talking about what it was he was making, and just Caleb said, "That's our youngest son, Caleb. We only have the 2 boys." And he said, "Oh, those are the airplanes I work on." So it was pretty funny, how they were connected in that way.
Yeah. The Seed Faith's Homestead, they said they're really interested in that.
Okay.
So Elders Homestead, can you do a video on the pig waterer? So
I think you might have done
I think
that.
I may have done one already. Yeah, I think you haven't gotten to that part yet. It's further down.
I'm pretty sure you did. I remember you videotaping that because that was ours
that was
from
for the
last
first
year.
pigs we got, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you get to the first set of pigs that we raised, at the end of one of those videos, I basically showed. It's not really that involved of a process, but
he had to do a little contortion.
Yeah, I had to climb inside the barrel.
Yeah, you were like in a really awkward.
Yeah.
I probably would have been able to do it a little easier. My shoulders aren't as broad as yours.
Yeah. The only thing, once you see that video, so I'm going to kind of explain real quick. The only thing I didn't do that I kind of regret not doing, is when you drill the hole for it's a 50-gallon barrel. The only thing I didn't do, which for the opening, I drill a hole through for the pig nipple or thing, is you're really supposed to heat up some type of pipe or something that has the same threading, the same size, and twist it into the plastic so it makes the plastic like a threading in the plastic. It melts the plastic. So that way, because if you don't, it has a tendency to leak. Right. So and so ours, fortunately, I was able to get it in tight enough that it leaks a tiny little bit, because they're always pulling and tugging on it and stuff. But and I made the mistake of putting 2 different heights. I just did another hole in the one side, and they really only use the one anyway. So it's almost better to put some type of little brick or something, or raise the barrel up, or instead of just putting a bunch of holes in your barrel.
Elders Homestead, he says, it's amazing how many people say they aren't taking any medicines, but then you ask them if they're taking vitamins or herbs. It's a whole new ballgame. And that's true, because they don't consider those things medicine, and it is medicine. Herbs and vitamins are medicine. Are you laughing at?
Caleb, our youngest son, is on here.
Oh!
He's like, "Oh, perfect timing. You're talking about me."
Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud, we miss you.
And Catherine, too.
Oh, Catherine? Oh, great.
Catherine's with him.
Catherine, I'm always picking on Catherine.
Yes,
if I didn't pick on her, then she would think there was something wrong.
Right. But yeah, so a lot of people take vitamins and herbs, and it really can interfere with medications that you're going to prescribe. I was a ER nurse for 10 years, and I did a lot of triage, and that was one of the things when you ask the question, are you taking any medication? And a lot of times some medications are a little bit embarrassing for people to let you know whether they're taking something for ED, and if you don't know what that is, you can look that up. And those medications are very important to know, because if we had to give them a medication, let's say they were coming in for chest pain and we had to give them something called nitroglycerin, those particular medications are what we call vasodilating medications. So their vessels in their blood, their arteries and their veins will dilate when we give them that medication. And if they're already taking a medication that is already dilating those vessels, it could actually make it a very emergent situation. So you got to ask very specific questions, and I think that there's a lot of people out there that might find that information
If you
helpful.
need more in-depth information, just ask me. I'll fill you in. She's just kind of
Oh gosh.
just kind of giving you the
That's just the overview.
Yeah, I'll give you the more in-depth.
You give the
stuff.
depth,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
depth, yeah.
Thank you very much. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry.
Which one?
The bottom one here.
It looks like kale and vela. Calvella.
Calvella. I think it's Calvella. Calvella.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think so.
Sounding it out.
Right. You
Thank
getting the munchies.
Getting the munchkins. No, getting the munchkins.
Oh, getting the munchkins. Munchies.
I'm getting the munchies.
Gosh.
I want to see if I missed any questions. Let's see. See if I got some new ones that I haven't seen. LP. Good night. Take care. Thanks for sharing. Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Jeremy's Tournament Cats. I thought that was such a cool name.
What is it? Jeremy's
Tournament Cats. What do you think that would be about?
Tournament Cats. I don't know.
He's a fisherman. Isn't that cool? I like that name.
Catfish.
Yeah, catfish.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm sure he does other fish too.
Right.
We actually just.
I mean, I didn't think you were chasing alley cats.
Yeah, or he shows cats, cats.
Yeah.
But,
well, your mom did that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my mom actually raised ragdolls.
Yeah.
They were ragdolls. I don't know if they still are, but they at one point were the world's largest domestic cat.
I think they lost
These things
that.
Were massive.
Yeah, I think they lost that title.
Yeah.
There's another new breed.
Let's see. The Running Trucker Daily Vlog. My dad sold his 3-year-old New Holland and got more money for it than he originally bought it for.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome.
That happens a lot.
I just heard that the prices, even for just vehicles now, are just outrageous. The used vehicles, just insane. I bought my first car. I paid $200 for.
Yeah.
In the early '80s, and then after we moved back into Pennsylvania, I ended up selling it for like $150 more than I paid for it, which I could have gotten a lot more. I figured in my head I only paid $200 for it, so I didn't think it was worth more than that. But anyway, it was a little Chevy Chevette. I used to tell everybody I drove a Vet.
Yeah, you drove a Vet, all right. I remember that thing.
All right, let's see if we got anybody. See LP. So you're dancing in the booth too, like Disco Girl. Show off your buffness next to the cattle.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it'll do. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we've been on for over an hour already.
Yeah. All right. Just any last minute questions anybody might have, and any maybe questions you always wondered and were afraid to ask. That's a dangerous thing to ask, actually, but yeah, it's almost 20 after 8, so we're probably gonna be wrapping up. But we could finish up with a couple more questions if. Anything for high blood pressure, David Zettlemore?
Well, again, it depends on if you're already taking blood pressure medication. So there are some studies with cinnamon. And here's the problem with cinnamon, though. Most of the cinnamon we get in this country, there's 2 types of cinnamon. Most of the cinnamon that we get in this country is what they call fake cinnamon. It is from the cinnamon tree, but it's not. What's the name of the other? It's called Catera cinnamon. I forget the name of it. There's 2 types of cinnamon. You want to look up that. And if you are looking at implementing some cinnamon's very good for diabetics and for blood pressure. So that would be a suggestion. You can even check with your doctor because they would probably know a little bit about that. It's difficult because most physicians are very Western medicine driven. And, your pills, your prescriptions, your big farm, that's what they go to first and foremost. I would say that if you're really looking for a natural approach to try to get off of certain medications, you want to look at someone who does naturopathy, a naturopathy physician. They've gone to school the same amount of time as an MD. They have an MD license. They sat for their boards. They have to do everything that an MD does, that your family physician does. But they incorporate those holistic approaches, that medicinal part that the traditional medicine doesn't.
All right. Yeah. Caleb said that Catherine really likes sheep. We saw some today, and she wants you guys to get some. Well, just to let
So
you know,
do I.
Catherine, Cheryl wants to get meat sheep. So if you're okay with that, just letting you know.
We are looking at
Cheryl wants to basically kill everything we get on the farm. So just to,
everything has
giving you
to
a heads
have
up.
a purpose on the farm. You see, like you have a purpose. You entertain.
I entertain.
Yeah.
I'm walking around all buff and
You walk
funny.
all buff and funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, there's an old friend on here, Camaro Dude. Do you remember that name?
Camaro Dude. No, I don't.
Yeah, I just remember his handle. I mean, not handle, but his screen name. Joe Carberry.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Joe Carberry used to be in our youth group when I was back at the church.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time, so.
Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, we haven't talked to you in quite some time. Maybe we should reach out and say hi and see so we can catch up. It'd be I don't know even know if you're still in the area or not. But let's see. Don't you need ceiling? I don't know what that means. So Caleb's disappointed.
You're disappointed because we're gonna eat the sheep.
They are cute. That is the purpose.
Yeah, I mean, we won't eat all of them or kill all of them, just the lambs.
Yeah.
So
It's just the baby, cute ones. Just like the veal.
yeah.
No,
I don't like veal.
Yeah, we would like to get goats at some point.
Those will be milk goats, so we will not be killing them.
So if you're cool with that, we'll get some milk goats, and then you can be happy and not that we're not killing anything. But I actually got Cheryl a cheese press probably a year or so ago.
Yeah, last Christmas.
And I was kind of hoping that she was going to start making some cheese with some.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to her
that'll
experimenting. Some mozzarella and some all different kinds of stuff. Yep. But he's engaged now.
Oh, nice! Congratulations!
Congratulations! That's awesome.
Congratulations!
I guess somebody said that we have trolls. There were some trolls in here.
Oh,
I
no.
actually haven't even been paying attention if we do have trolls in here or not. But but yeah, I guess that's pretty much it though, guys. We're like I said, just a lot of things up in the air right now. We're kind of scrambling to try to get some content together for you, just to. Like I said, because we're not in the greenhouse, we're not out in the fields, we got the pigs, we got the chickens, and so as we talked about in the one Christmas video, we're planning on doing some cooking and some baking videos. I know there's a lot of people that are interested in canning stuff. Cheryl does canning quite a bit. We could possibly do some of that. Yeah. And I was actually thinking, I don't know if there'd be an interested in this or not. It's really not specifically Homestead related, but a lot of people have asked about the logos and the banners and things like that for YouTube, and so I was thinking about maybe just kind of showing the process of how we make our banners or how we make our logos, or not even specifically logos, thumbnails I'm sorry. Right. Thumbnails for the videos and the importance of that. I've been doing a lot of research on, and I'm getting off on a tangent again,
yes,
so just let you know. Hold on. But I've been doing a lot of research on, there's a lot of changes that have happened with YouTube in the recent months. And everything, and this is kind of just putting this out there for anybody, any channel, content creators. Think small as far as people, that's the way they're viewing your content. I forget what the percentage is, but it's over 90-something%, probably even closer to 95% of people that watch your content are watching on their phone. And so with that in mind, you want to keep everything large on your thumbnails. You don't want to, like I said, this isn't just my opinion. This is coming from large channels that this is what they do for a living. They are suggesting using very large, very bold font, keeping the words extremely short and to the point. If you can use one word to describe what's happening in the video, do that. And also keeping the thumbnail specific to you know, if you're talking about chicken eggs, you know, have that picture zoomed in on the chicken eggs, or
Have
what,
the focus be
you know,
on
have
the,
a focal point of
Right.
the thumbnail.
Right.
So that way, when you're scrolling through on your phone, it's gonna, you know, you're gonna be able to look at it and see right away what that's gonna be about. And the other thing is, there's actually quite a few different things, and
Yeah.
that I've been, you know, researching
There might
on.
be. It might. That might. I mean, even though it's not homesteading related, it might be something, uh, worthy of a video.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm completely open to sharing those things. If anyone's interested, I've already talked to quite a few of you about those things,
Right.
and how to make your, like I said, and I'm not. It's. I feel funny saying this because we're not in any place to, you know, to say, oh, we've made it and we know what we're doing. We're still figuring it out. We're still scrambling. We're trying to get the views.
However,
and
you have a background in that area, so you see. So he has a instinctive eye when it comes to uh, pictures and drawing and creating things and putting things together. Like he knows where colors and shadows and things like that need to be so that something looks good.
Yeah.
And so, don't.
Like I said, the one thing I haven't done that I kind of kick myself, and I'm going to try to do this year, is to put something on your thumbnail. Like I said, this is a suggestion for any content creators out there. Put something on your thumbnail that is going to make you stand out from all the other videos in the sidebar. That so people, when they're watching your video, they'll know just by looking over, oh, I just liked this video a lot. Whoever made this video did a really good job, and they can look over just kind of out of the corner of their eye and see that, oh, that must be the same guy or same girl that made this video, because that thumbnail is similar. So either by a watermark in the corner somewhere, or something, you know, color, like a color scheme, something that will make your videos look very what's the word,
Noticeable.
well, noticeable, but you know that you'll know just by looking at it that this is so and so's channel.
Oh, distinct.
You know, distinct. Yeah. Excuse me. The other thing, a lot of people, and I still see it happening, and it drives me crazy that YouTube does this, but go onto your channel and look and click on videos. Look and see in the right hand lower corner where the timer is on your videos. How long the video is. How many of your videos are blocked by that stupid little box, that timer box there?
So if you have a title or words down underneath
it's all covered.
It's covered.
So what I'm saying is placement of your picture, specifically font, should be, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion that do this for a living, keep it to the left, keep it up high, keep it, you know, centered. Basically, keep it away from that lower right hand corner, because I can't tell you how many videos I had to go back and fix, or
and we read left to right.
Yeah.
So if your description or your caption for your video is in the left upper corner, that's how we start reading. When we open up a page, we flip to a new page, we go right to the left top of that page.
Yeah. And sometimes, once in a while, though, YouTube will put something up in the right top corner, too.
Right.
Something that will pop up and cover that up. So, like I said, I always tend to go to the left-hand side or to the center, somewhere in that area. But I also have a banner template. And if anybody, it's not mine, I got it from Lala Farm, and I've recommended this template because it's helped me out tremendously. It's just so much easier when you're designing your banner for your page. You can just, I use a program called GIMP, G-I-M-P. It's a free program. It's not exactly like Photoshop, but it's really, really similar, and it's free. And I use that for almost all of our thumbnails and banners and everything. And you can lay this template out in this in GIMP. And a lot of people don't realize for the banner, you there's certain sections of that banner that will show up in if you keep it in this section, in the center section, it will show up on all platforms. It will show up on your phone. It will show up on your
Right.
TV. It will show up on your desktop,
Tablet and desktop.
tablet. This this side or this side will only show up on a tablet. This side, so there's different sections of the template that will keep everything in order. So that way.
And where does Lala Farm have that on there?
Lala Farm. If you just put in Lala Farm and then in the search put banner.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you. If you type in Lala Farm and then type in banner, it'll be on their video. He'll actually explain how it's used and how you put everything together. But if you click on the description part, he has a link to that template that you can get that and then be able to create your banner that way. It really does help. It makes a world of difference doing that. But like I said, if anybody, like I said, I'm totally open to talking to you one-on-one. Email me or shoot me a message on Instagram. Like I said, we love our homesteading community. We really do.
Yeah, we always want to help out as much as we possibly
If we can help out in any way, if it's free to subscribe to somebody. Right. We don't mind, if we want to be able to help people grow, just like everybody in this channel has helped us grow, and we really appreciate that. And like I said, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, so hit us up. We'll subscribe, and hopefully that will get you, one step closer to monetization or whatever it is that your goal is, and so. Anyway, I've rambled on for another 10 minutes.
Another 10, 20 minutes.
I think we should do a video though on the thumbnails and because there's a lot of information I haven't even touched on tonight. But like I said, I wasn't even planning on talking about that tonight. I want to look at these real quick and see if there's anything I missed before we head out. Let's see. So Ann Dale Homestead, thanks for joining us. How you doing? GIMP is a powerful tool for a free tool. It is. It really is. I use the Photoshop, which is, like I said, I love Photoshop, but it's like last time I checked, it was like $30 a month. You used to be able to buy it, but now I don't even. You have to buy like an older program. I think you still can, but it's like $700 or $800 now. Last time I checked, anyway.
I think that's only available for corporations. To buy them now.
Let's see. How do you pronounce that? Is it Fugate Farms?
Fugate?
Sound it out for us. How much? If it's, I want to say I want to say because she's from New York. I was like, forget about it, Farms. Forget Farms. I don't know, maybe. But look, it's Fugate.
Yeah. So, the F might be silent. It might be.
Ugate?
Ugate. No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, we're butchering your name. I'd be very interested in videos about content and thumbnails. Okay. Well, like I said, shoot us an email. I'd be totally happy to talk to you more about that and more in depth. Let's see. Large thumbnails is a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. That's like I said, it's the way it's going. It really is. They're pushing the quick videos because people's attention span are so much shorter. That's why TikTok has taken off. The shorts, the YouTube shorts. Now you don't get monetized for those. However, the traffic that you bring into your channel is worth it. Right. Because you're going to get so many more people to watch a 1 minute clip. And then they're like, oh, let's see what else they have, and then they might stumble onto some of your other videos.
Because our attention span is growing smaller and smaller. It's not growing, actually.
Yeah. This is a real quick tip. I just thought of it. We didn't know this. We have one video that took off, and I was really surprised by it. It was our chicken plucker video. Last time I checked, it was at 34,000 views. The problem with that, I'm so aggravated, is the fact that we didn't know that if your video is 8 minutes, it has to be a minimum of 8 minutes long in order to get all of the AdSense money for the advertising. So that particular video, even though we have 34,000 views on it, we are not eligible for all of the advertising. And I think we're able to get one or two of the smaller things, which is a minute.
So just make sure that your videos are at least 8 minutes long.
Yeah. That's what we're saying. Basically, she's condensing everything. I tend to
he
go the long.
He goes the long
scenic
way.
route. I like the scenic route. I like to smell the roses. You know. But just that's a tip for people that are not monetized. Make sure all of your videos are at least 8 minutes long.
Great.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap things up. It was awesome hanging out with you guys. We're going to be hopefully getting a video out here soon. Like I said, we feel horrible. We missed 2 videos last week. First time and I think we've ever missed 2 videos.
Right.
But we're going to be getting some new stuff out to you, and we really do appreciate every one of you for following along and encouraging us, and we really appreciate it. Yeah. So thanks for joining us tonight, guys, and we will be back soon, and maybe even start doing some lives a little bit more often. Like I said, once a year, it just doesn't seem like enough.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Have a good night.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Bye.
All right, bye.